the corner have swagger like us, swagger like us, swagger like us.
I don't know, that's a touchy situation. I mean, you know, some of them, you got to think about it. Some of them, they got rubbed the wrong way when they was here. People didn't treat them right. They booed them, you know what I'm saying? No calling no names, but, you know, what's the worst thing? You coming home and your town not supporting you, they booing you, you know what I'm saying? You on stage, if you're an artist, you on stage and they booing you. That's a real bad taste. I'm representing you, you know what I'm saying? I'm representing, this is us I'm representing. You know, and then some people think, you know, people owe them something. Like, once you made it, some of the people that you knew, they feel that you owe them something. We all grown men. We all grown men and grown women. We all work. You know what I'm saying? I can choose to look out for you, but you know, if I look out for you, you don't do nothing with it, you try to live the same lifestyle I live, then, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to be indebted for you forever. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people just look at that situation like they feel like somebody owed them something, you know what I'm saying? So I think that might be one of the reasons. And then some people just, you know, some people are what they are. They had enough of Virginia and that's what it is. But I just think a lot of times it's just the pressure that's being put on them at home, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then outside of that, bringing people down here, you know, most of the business is out of town, you know what I'm saying? Most of all the music industry happens in Miami, New York, LA, you know what I'm saying? So you're not saying they won't come down here, but sometimes you got to be in the right places, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't always put it on them, but I mean, some of the stuff is on them, but I wouldn't just put it on that. I mean, you got to look at all the stuff that comes with it, you know what I mean? So.
No one on the corner have swagger like us, swagger like us, swagger like us.
I mean, I've seen some advancement. I mean, I just think that, like, until we get a football team or something major like that, or baseball, not baseball, football or basketball, because that's going to make everybody come. I mean, the malls getting a little bit more upgraded or whatever, I think that'll help to change the economy, that'll help change the look of everything around here. I mean, it'll create more jobs, you know what I'm saying? I just think that's some stuff that has to happen, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of things have changed, but I mean, like I said, until we get that, I think that's gonna play a major part, you know what I'm saying? Because they'll give that more city vibe. You know, we got a couple more tall buildings, but that's not gonna change the economy of what's going on. You know, you get a pro team down here, you talking about basketball players, football players, whatever. You talking about that's jobs being created because you got stadiums, you know what I'm saying? That's a situation you got a different league of people around here. You got teams coming in. You got, you know, if the Lakers play the Virginia team or whatever, you know, that's a sold out event. Iverson playing, he playing against his hometown. You know, that's a sold out event. You know, so you got to look at, I think that's some of the things that we're going to need, you know what I'm saying?
No one on the corner have swagger like us, swagger like us, swagger like us.
That's tough. I mean, because owning your own business ain't easy, you know what I'm saying? Because when it's slow, you still got to pay people. Everybody ain't cut out to be, you know, a boss or an owner, you know what I'm saying? You know, a leader. Some people are followers, some people are the second man, some people are the third man, some people just work for a living. So I mean, I think it would just be trying to find something to put into some kind of investment. I mean, a lot of people, our mentality is open a barber shop or a clothing store or a car wash. It can't be with so many car wash, clothing stores or barber shops, you know what I mean? I mean, you just got to find something you got a passion for. Don't open it because somebody else did it. You know, because you got to think of it. You go get your hair cut at a barber shop, somebody that you've been dealing with your barber for years. Just because my man opened a spot up don't mean I'm going to get my hair cut there. I got my own barber. So what's going to make me jump ship to go, you know what I'm saying? To go, you know what I'm saying? I know when I go to my barber, I can just sit in the chair. He already know what I want. So what's going to make me switch from doing that? You know what I'm saying? You know, I think that's our mentality, barbershop, clothing store, car wash. I mean, and we got to get out of that. It's other things, you know. A lot of people doing real estate now. That's something that's cool when the market is right. But you got to find something that's going to make you some money and it's going to make some sense. Me, that's what I mean, like everything I do now, I try to make it make sense. If I can't, I know what kind of lifestyle I like. I don't need a lot, but I know what kind of lifestyle I want to live. So can this compensate for the lifestyle I want to live, you know what I mean? So.
No one on the corner have swagger like us, swagger like us, swagger like us.
It changes, man. You know, you got a lot of young people out here now, man, that, you know, Entourage was designed, it was a little pricey at first. People were complaining about the prices, but it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it is a lifestyle. And it's like, can you afford to live the lifestyle of this? You know what I'm saying? You know a certain elite type of people are gonna be around in this environment. So you're gonna have to pay a little bit more to get what you're looking for, you know what I'm saying? Instead of going to some of these other spots that, you know, it's hooded all out, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know, you got to worry about certain situations popping off or whatever. With Entourage, you know, every club has incidents, but, you know, ours is kept down to a minimum because the type of people that we allow to come in here, you know, how we kind of try to maintain the dress code. You know, I think a lot of spots don't maintain that, you know, they just look for the money. Me, I come from the street, so I know when a dude comes to the door and say I got $1,000, you know what I'm saying, to get in the door, me and my man, without getting a pat down, I'm dressed a certain way. It really ain't about the money to me, it's about the longevity, because I mean, that $1,000 can end my night in one night, you know, that can end my night in one night. A lot of these clubs out here, they take the money and they take that, and that's what it is, and shit, that's all the little stuff that happens because of that, you know what I mean? But me, I'm more of a situation where I've been that dude at the door, so I'd rather for you to come on in and have a good time and spend your money. I don't want to take your money, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather for you to, you know, just come on in and have a good time, man, and be safe, and look at the environment we have, you know what I'm saying? The women are nice, you know what I'm saying? The dudes are nice, certain type of dudes that chicks like, you know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing with that.
No one on the corner has swagger like us, swagger like us, swagger like us.
Like I said, the clothing line, that's my next thing, man. You know, that's something that's kind of been a passion that I always wanted to do. And you know, it's frivolous goods. It kind of, you know, it's like a lifestyle too. Like I was explaining to you earlier, is, you know, certain people live frivolous. It's like a movement, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can't live frivolous. Everybody can't go to the mall and buy what they want to buy. Everybody can't come in and buy at the bar, or everybody can't do, you know, have a certain swag about certain things. Frivolous is like a lifestyle, so it kind of represents, not saying that I got it like that, but it kind of represents my movement. So it's something that, you know, that I fully stand behind, and I think it's marketable, you know what I'm saying? I think it's an elite group of people that live that way, you know, so that's one of my things. And you know, this restaurant thing, you know, we have Alice Mays and we got Crush, so that's another thing. You know, I really, you know, I like the food thing, you know what I'm saying? I like to create restaurants that's a little bit different from the normal one. Like if you go to Crush, it's real retro. You got, it's like you got the hanging chairs, you know, from the ceiling, the bubble chairs hanging from the ceiling. The food is different. It's like, you know, something you might see out in a magazine, that real pretty food. So it's actually educating our people. When they do come over there, you're stepping out the box, you're going into a whole nother zone, you know, that you're going into a whole, like a little city life, you know, what they do in the major cities or whatever. So the food thing is definitely something that I like doing, creating restaurants that look totally different, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Mr. Entourage, we on the come up, you know what I'm saying? We all trying to come up, let's support one another, you know what I'm saying? Come on down to Alice Mays, Crush, Entourage, we here for you. Let's come up together on the come up. Peace.